Hello? Okay, my mouse is being so weird right now. Okay, so last time we figured this out, and we're gonna break these psyche locks because he still is claiming that the blood stain on the floor is his, but it's not. Say, my boy, you queried me yesterday eve about that troublesome blood stain. Not only do I fail to see what business this is of yours, but I have assured you that blood stain is mine. Mine! Well, Mr. Crump, I may not be onto anything just yet, but there is something you should know. Oh, and what would that be? The bloodstain in your secret room has been examined by forensics, and it was proven to be the blood of this person. The blood belongs to one Titus Crump. Well, isn't that what I've just said? What is with that idiotic facade, boy? You look somewhat puzzled. The body in the mansion was positively identified as the body of Titus Crump. So why is he sitting here in front of me, alive? Mr. Crump, you may be unaware of this, but there's something I think you ought to know about, well, yourself. You're dead. Ha, is that supposed to frighten me, boy? Well, it was worth a shot, I suppose. Okay, well, I guess not. This? Hi, you frightened me. Whoa, what's going on? Is it his picture? I'll try his picture, and I think that's all I can do. Ha, okay. I'm almost dead. I might have to look at the guide again, because I don't know what it's trying to tell me to do. Yeah, I'm gonna look at the guide. Okay, I'm just being stupid. I should have presented this, and I didn't. Do you know what this is? Should I? Would you care to have a look at it? Very well. Well, Mr. Crump, what does it feel like? What does it feel like reading your own autopsy report? This is, well, you see, I recovered. You recovered from death? Indeed! 'Twill take more than a blow to the head to silence me. How far is he willing to go to hide his secret? You can't simply recover from severe cerebral hemorrhaging. Oh, hoo! What's more, I have proof you couldn't have just simply recovered. The note? I'm gonna say the note. You must have been very lucky to recover from your death, Mr. Crump, if you take this note into consideration. A note? What does it say? I'm glad you asked. Well, boy, spit it out already. This is a note included with the autopsy report, and it states that Mr. Crump is thought to have been dead for approximately 1 week, judging on the decomposition of the body. You couldn't have recovered from your death, because you died a week ago and are already decomposing. Well, answer me this, confused lawyer person. If that gem of an autopsy states I died a week ago and are decaying away, why am I sitting here now, having this lovely chat with you? I sincerely doubt the dead's ability to speak, feel it, and breathe, and live! His psyche locks were triggered when he said it was his own blood. But the forensics have proven the blood did belong to Titus Crump. That's the only explanation. Mr. Crump, I'm afraid what you just said can't be possible. You want to know what I think? I'm getting close. I can feel it. This is what I think would explain your mysterious resurrection. You're an imposter. You're not Titus Crump. You're an imposter. Oh, ho, 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 ho. He's laughing? This is a most interesting fairy tale, my boy. On what basis do you claim I am indeed a false representation of the magnificent Mr. Crump? How much proof do I need to even rattle this guy's psyche locks? You asked for it. What? This is it. The final evidence I need. Evidence that the man sitting in front of me is not Titus Crump. He has blue eyes. This guy has red eyes. He's Vex Vulper. Vex Vulper had red eyes. Oh my god. Okay. Do you know who this is? Are you trying to be funny? Who do you think it is, boy? The real Titus Crump. But I am the real one. Listen to my unspeakable booming tones. It's a very good impression, I'll give you that. Impression? Look more closely at the photograph, particularly the eyes. The eyes. This photograph was from the file on my client's last trial as a defense attorney. Titus Crump was a witness, therefore he was included in the report. Comparing you with this photo, there's a very slight difference between them. In the eyes. I think you see where I'm going with this. The real Titus Crump had blue eyes. Yours are red. Red? Ugh, I did forget those stupid contacts. Oops. Well, I believe you just dug your own grave. You're not Titus Crump. Admit it. Ha 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 ha. Okay. There we go. Oh, he still has one. Now I've got him. His last psyche lock is still intact. I'm so close. I'm nearly... Excuse me, Mr. Wright. Visiting hours are now over. What? No, please wait a moment. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but rules are rules. I have to ask you to leave. I'm changing the guard voice. I'm sorry. I keep changing voices. No, not now. No! No, I was so close. Well, forgive me, my boy and girl. I so wish we could continue this lovely chinwag. Ha, the hell you do. But I must now retire to my chambers to slumber. Farewell. I don't believe it. If only I had more time to break his last psyche lock. Nick, what happened? Did you break all of his psyche locks in time? No. That single remaining lock. I believe it represented the answer to 2 questions. How is the imposter imitating Titus Crump so well? And of course, who is he really? He'll be appearing in court tomorrow to continue his testimony. Brisbane and the judge aren't aware of the real Crump's death. I'll expose you in your plan tomorrow in court, whoever you are. Alright, time to continue. Court is back in session for the trial of Vincenzo Cicatrice. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Brisbane, is the prosecution ready? Need you ask? Very well. I take it the prosecution is also ready. Has the witness been recaptured, Mr. Brisbane? Judge, something unexpected came to my attention in the prosecution lobby. Something unexpected? Nick, he's not going to say what I think he's going to say, is he? What's that? I have heard 2 conflicting opinions on the witness from both detectives on the case. The sheriff told me he caught him hiding away in a small cave in Verglass Gorge. And this would be the gorge underneath Verglass Bridge, yes? Well, what do you think? Yes, of course. Yes, of course. However, the other detective, Snow, has told me something completely different. What? Snow was the one who told us to keep it quiet. He told me Titus Crump was murdered. What? Are you serious? Why are you so surprised? Not quite right. After all, you were the one who tried to tell me. But you were the one who wouldn't listen. Mr. Wright, did you know about this? Yes, Your Honor. Detective Snow told me too. Detective Snow? Where have I heard that name before? He was the detective in charge of investigating the DT2 incident 5 years ago. Ah, him? Ah, yes, the greenhorn detective with a testimony like Swiss cheese. I hope since that incident he now has more experience of investigations. Not exactly. Is the good detective in the building, Mr. Brisbane? Cool that boiled egg of yours, Judge. He's in the lobby. I see. Could you bring him into the courtroom, please? Why? I would like him to explain his theory of Titus Crump being dead. If that's okay with you? Why not? Mr. Ron can humiliate himself for all I care. What? I'll go ahead and play your little game for a while. I know the real Titus Crump is dead, and Snow's about to testify. I'll prove your witness is a sham, Brisbane. Very well, Mr. Brisbane. You may call the Snowball in here now. Name and occupation. Stand up. Oh my. Stand up. Oh my god. Stand up, a comedian. Your real name? Oh, you noticed? Fine, I'm Robert Snow, homicide detective. And you're about to testify that the witness to the crime is dead. Yep. Fool, you're about to explain the impossible. You listen here, mate. Crumpy Guts is dead. I can prove it. Ah, then what are you waiting for? After the trial yesterday, Crumpy Guts headed straight in for the mountains. Me and Jake split up our search party. I led my half over to his mansion. We arrived about 20 minutes after we got the call from the bailiff guy. The front door was open, so we barged in and searched some of the rooms. We found Crump lying dead in a small room. Harry over there told me it was a secret room. He was hit on the back of the head with an unknown blunt object. So despite the prosecution's claims, you're positive the witness was murdered? Yeah, I can tell dead from alive, mate. There's an easy trick to tell the difference. Dead people usually don't complain when the body tape is being laid around them. That's an incredibly detailed lie, Snowball. It's all up to you, Mr. Wrong, to prove an impossible point. How is it impossible, Brisbane? He's up to something. My guess is he'll summon Crump to the stand to throw everything Snow has just set out the window. The defense may begin the cross-examination. How did you know he was heading for the mountains? Well, he lived there in Neville. I figured it'd be the first place he'd go. What's more, we found lots of footprints in the snow, and they led to his house. Are you certain the footprints belong to Crump? I'm getting there, mate. Jeez, sorry. You saw a footprint trail, then? And where did Marshall and his half of the search party go? They scanned the rest of the mountains in case Crump ran elsewhere. But what if he didn't head for the mountains? You're missing what I just said, mate. A trail of footprints in the snow led to his house. I see. And when did you arrive at Neville? Are you sure it was 20 minutes? It was in that area. So that would confirm that somebody ran into Crump's house recently? Well, who else would it be? The postman? I know you, Snowball. A slacker, but a dedicated slacker nonetheless. Oh, gee, thanks, mate. I've gone all red now. I assume you have proof of the footprints. Oh, I see where you're going with this. We had the footprints checked, of course. They belong to Crump. The prints matched the shoes on the body. Impossible! That's not where the sheriff found him. He was found in a cave under Verglass Bridge. How do you know he never entered his house first? We did get a positive ID of the body, you know. And who was it? Is a long, dramatic pause really necessary? It was Titus Crump, of course. My name's not Harry. We don't care about your little pet names, Wrong. Oh, I beg to differ. Have you got something to press here or not? Suppose I should stay on topic for my sake. Yes, why were you unsure of the room being secret? It didn't look that sacred to me. The doorway was wide open. Wide open? Yes, wide open. I've run out of deja vu related puns. We did find a cabinet next to it. It was slightly overlapping the doorway. Then again, thinking about it, it was on a slide mechanism. A slide mechanism? Yes, Your Honor, a slide mechanism. Okay, so the logic in this game is a bit funky, but it still has that Ace Attorney humor. It's funny. So there's a secret room behind that cabinet, and you say the witness was found dead in there? Yeah, strange, right? He must have gone in there when he ran from the trial. He was found in Verglass Gorge. Yeah, you finished, mate? I'd like to add what I said about the footprints to my testimony. Very well. And there was no other prints around the house to suggest Crump exited? No, just the one leading to his open front door. Unless you're assuming he flew out through an open window? No, that's just you suggesting that. I'm not suggesting anything of the sort, mate. We found Crump dead in that secret room. Detective Snow, if I may? Yeah? You testified that yesterday the witness Titus Crump ran from his courthouse straight to his home in Neville. Yeah? He then entered a secret room for reasons yet to be explained. Then 20 minutes later you arrived on the scene and found him dead. Is this correct? That's it? I believe there are a few questions on everybody's lips regarding this. Why did the witness enter his secret room? And of course, how and why was he killed? And by whom? I too have a specific question in mind of asking the detective. What the hell are you talking about, Snowball? Why are you saying that? Actually, never mind. If you'd care to amuse me for a while longer. Fine. Did you hear the one about the altar and your logic, Snow? Snow's doing this on purpose. If this kangaroo court insists on believing a word this time, on a word this time waster says, I say we give him a chance to explain what he's telling us. Even then you should have reasonable powers of deduction. Even you should have reasonable powers of deduction, Snow. But why do you not believe him? You must have imposter Crump standing by to be summoned in the courtroom. But does Brisbane know he's a fake Nick? I don't think so. The prosecution has a point. Can you offer a deductive explanation for the circumstances, Detective Snow? So you don't believe me, huh, Captain? Here comes my deductive reasoning. Nothing conclusive has been proven about what happened yesterday, but the way I see it, Crump headed for home straight from the courtroom. He must have been in a rush because he left his front door open. He headed for a secret room, probably to hide or something. But the killer must have been in there waiting for him. As Crump tried to run, the killer hit him on the back of his head. Bam! He must have heard us come in, so he didn't have time to cover up his tracks, so he slipped out. As for why he'd want Crump dead, I know as much as the next guy. That certainly sounds most believable. A shame we are unable to identify the killer, though. Oh, this should be good. Well, Mr. Wrong, are you going to become a part of this stupid time-wasting charade, too? The defense would like to begin the cross-examination, Your Honor. Very well, go ahead, Mr. Wright. And you say the footprints are conclusive proof that Crump ran to his house. What have I been saying this whole time? A trail of footprints was found in the snow, leading all the merry way to his house. Upon finding the body, the shoes matches the footprints outside. That must mean the fake Crump even had the same pair of shoes as well as clothes. He must have been in a rush. Any particular reason you'd say he was in a rush? Hello? Because he was running from the police? Thank you for refreshing my memory. To hide from the pursuing police? No doubt we'd have traced him back to his house. He must have known. Crump entered the secret room to hide from the police. Why doesn't that sound quite right to me? How do you work that one out? We're thinking about when the secret room was opened, right? Well, in that regard, I have no idea. Didn't think this through, did you, Snow? So whether or not the room was opened by Crump remains a mystery. And this would explain the wound on the back of his head. Yep, and pretty well, I think. Then why the blood stain on the armchair? But why? Why would anyone want the witness dead? And this would explain why the killer never moved the body. Yeah, he must have heard us barge into the house, and in his rush had to leave the body where it was. So you don't know? I do really, mate. I'm just holding back information for fun. Of course I don't know. We don't even know who the killer was. Do you think it's the same person who killed Marvin Grossberg? That's what we're concluding. Maybe Crump was about to say something yesterday that would have given the killer away? That's very possible, but why did he run out? How should I know? So the killer could hide the body? Yep. Aren't we quite the chatterbox all of a sudden? Do you think that's what really happened yesterday, Nick? Does sound very possible. But remember, Nick, that wasn't the real Titus Crump. But I can't just announce out of the blue that he's a fake. It's hard to keep this Crump died recently charade. But I don't feel like it's the right time to speak up. I'll start by finding the flaws in Snow's logic. Then I'll find something to nail the Crump imposter. Okay, that sounds right. That also sounds right. Okay, must have been in there waiting for him. Scrum tried to run, the killer hit him on the back of the head. Bam. Must have heard us come in. I feel like it could be the bloodstain, because it's 8 days old. I'm gonna try the bloodstain. The witness's statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. I'm sorry, but I can see nothing faulty. Unfortunately, I will have to penalize you, Mr. Wright. Oh, I'm dead. Wait, what? Oh, okay. I'm not dead, I guess. Very odd. You know, I'm just gonna save the game just to be safe. Okay. I have 1 life. I don't have a lot to work on. I don't have a lot to work with. So, Christopher is coming in, so he didn't have time to cover up his tracks, so he slipped out. I don't think that's right, because of the chair. Okay, let's try it. Okay, that statement contradicts this evidence. Oh, it does? I don't see anything contradictory. Okay, really? Oh, objection overruled. Try anything before you make accusation, Mr. Wright. Okay, I'm dead. That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. Nor does it see any reason. Guilty. Okay. First game over. The defendant will surrender himself to the court immediately, where he will be held pending high court for 1 month's time. The court is adjourned. It closed the game? Really? Okay. Okay. Hold on. Oh, I have the sliding cabinet. Thank God. Okay. Okay. I thought I was gonna have to edit the game. Okay. Yeah. You're wrong. Huh? You said the purpose of entering the secret room was to hide, yes? Well, that would seem like the appropriate thing for Mr. Crump to do. But that couldn't have been what he was doing in there. The cabinet was moved, remember? Ah! If he was hiding in the secret room, he would certainly close the doorway off behind him. Therefore, Crump did not enter that room to hide from the police. And how'd you work that one out? The sliding cabinet can only be controlled by a switch. This switch, in fact... Why, now you mention it, that boss, its head was knocked off. Exactly. That coincides with the fact that the cabinet was moved. Obviously, the secret room wasn't designed to be closed from the inside. The bust is a two-way switch. Detective Snow, was there any sort of switch found inside the secret room? No. Because of the slide mechanism, it was impossible to move the cabinet manually. There's no evidence Crump was the one who opened that room. Sorry, I'm back. That's where he was found, genius. What if the killer was trying to move the body? What if the secret room wasn't the scene of the murder, but rather a place to hide the body? This is my chance to tell of the real scene of the crime. What? Ugh. I really wish he would stop doing that. Go on then, oh so clever attorney. Where was he really killed? I must admit I am particularly curious myself. I have evidence that proves Crump was killed in another location, not the secret room. That would be the chair. Okay. Yep. See this, Brisbane? A chair. Is that... Glad you noticed. Yes, it's blood. And you're going to love this next part. Detective Snow took the liberty of having the blood analyzed. The blood, you guessed it, belongs to the witness Titus Crump. Impossible! Order! Order! Mr. Brisbane, as much as I hate to show disbelief towards your opinions, I'm afraid Mr. Wright has proven without a doubt that our unfortunate witness is now dead. Detective Snow, would you care to elaborate on your ideas? What ideas? Anything to add to your testimony about who our killer might be? Well, if what Harry said was true, about Crumpy Guts not being the one to open the secret room, the killer had to be somebody who knew about the secret room. Very good. Mr. Wright, any objections on this being added to the testimony? The defense has no objections. Very well, Detective Snow. Sure. Okay, so now that we know that, I'm going to end this episode here. I'm sorry that this might be a shorter episode because I have to cut a lot of stuff out. But next time, we're going to we're going to go through this next part of testimony. So I'll see you guys then.